Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some more Ryzen 3000 series news as well as some RTX Super and Radeon RX 5000 series leaks. So starting off with the Ryzen 3000 series leak, here this article is from WCCF Tech and we can see that AMD has a 16 core CPU that is able to reach 5.2 gigahertz and it is able to beat the i9-9980XE in Geekbench. So this CPU might not be the same as the Ryzen 9 3950X. This is due to the fact that there is a difference in base clock speed between the processor that is shown at 5.2 gigahertz and the Ryzen 9 3950X. So the 3950X comes with a base clock of 3.5 gigahertz and boost of 4.7, but this processor shown in the article has a base frequency of 3.3 gigahertz. So this might be a different skew, although I don't know why AMD would do that because it wouldn't make sense to release two 16 core processors uh, with the different base frequency and the same boost clock. So anyway, the processor in the article has an all-core boost clock of 5.2 gigahertz, which is quite nice. And like I said, in Geekbench, the CPU is being compared to the 9980XE and is able to comfortably beat it. So the CPU that we are talking about here has a single core score of 6714 points in Geekbench and a multi-core score of 64,953 points. Meanwhile, the 9980XE has a single core score of 5528 and a multi-core score of 60,124 points. So comparing the two directly, the Ryzen processor is 21% faster in single core and 8% faster in multi-core. So here we can obviously see that the AMD processor is faster even in single core performance, and even though it has two fewer cores than the 9980XE, it is still able to have an 8% lead. However, 5.2 gigahertz seems quite unlikely with stock cooling or even liquid cooling. So the article claims that it is very likely that there is some exotic cooling here at play. So liquid nitrogen may be what is being used for such a high all-core clock speed. But still, we can see here that Ryzen 3000 has quite a bit improvement in single core speeds compared to the Ryzen 2000 series. So the next article that we have here is from NVIDIA's Super lineup. So now we have confirmed dates for the launch of RTX, for the announcement of RTX Super. So July 2nd is the date when all the SKUs in the Super series lineup will be revealed, and this is also the embargo on the news for all three cards. And for the reviews, only the 2060 and 2070 Supers review embargo will be lifting on July 2nd. The RTX 2080 Supers review embargo has not yet been decided by NVIDIA. This article, however, does not confirm whether the Super series will be hitting the shelves on July 2nd. Also, the review embargo for custom cards is going to be lifted on July 9th and not on the same day. So this is kind of an anti-partner behavior by Nvidia because the late reviews for the custom cards could mean lower sales for them, especially if the Founders Edition cards will also release on the same date as their embargo is being lifted. So if the Founders Edition cards are being launched earlier, they might see higher sales compared to custom cards. So again, like I said, this is kind of Nvidia going against their own partners, which does not seem to be favorable behavior from them. Moving on to the final article here, we have some leaks for the for the upcoming Radeon RX 5000 series. So the two cards that are confirmed right now, that is the RX 5700 and the RX 5700 XT. So this leak is for the RX 5700 XT. and it is claiming that in time spy the card is able to match the RTX 2070. So the RX 57 XT is supposed to take directly on the RTX 2070, and it will be hitting the market for $450 launch price. So this leak is from 3D Mark Time Spy running with DX12. So we have seen that DX12 somewhat favors AMD cards, at least it has in the past, but it might be true for the upcoming generation as well. So it might mean that some games will not see such good performance from the RX 5700 XT, uh, and it may not be able to come as close to the RTX 2070 in DX11 benchmarks or games. So looking at the benchmarks here, the RX 5700 XT is able to get a graphics score of 8719 in the Time Spy benchmark, 3D Mark Time Spy benchmark, which is right in line with the RTX 2070 Founders Edition. With the GPU is paired with an i7 8700K running at stock, which gives the PC an overall score of 8575 points. The article also has a graph that is comparing various cards with the score of the 5700 XT. So all of these are time spy graphics scores for the various cards. However, one difference that is there is that all the cards other than the 5700 XT have been tested with an i9 9900K running at 5 GHz with a Z370 motherboard and 16 gigabytes of DDR4 3200 memory. So meanwhile the 5700 XT was tested with an i7 8700K. So this may or may not lead to a performance difference because of the CPU. But yeah, it is important to mention this as it might be a factor in the performance numbers of the cards. So here in the graph, we can see that the RTX 2070 Founders Edition has a score of 8901 with the 9900K, while the 5700 XT, like I mentioned, has a graphics score of 8719. So again, these two cards are quite close to each other in performance, but still the 2070 Founders Edition does have a small lead, which again might be due to the better processor or RAM that has been used by WCCF Tech while testing the 2070 FE, while the 5700 XT was tested with an 8700K that was running at stock. So that's all we have for today. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it. Leave a comment below if you want me to cover any other articles or any other topic. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.